Let's get a check on our forecast. Meteorologist Vanessa Murdock has been tracking this storm all day for us, doing cut-ins, making sure all of our viewers are up to date. The snow's coming down, and you say we still have some more to go, right?
Yeah, a few more hours of the steady stuff, and for areas east of the city, it will be a little bit longer, but the brunt of the storm really happening as we speak, this moment in time. Not that everybody's getting heavy or moderate snow at this moment, but the storm is here, folks. So let's go ahead and give you a look live outside, just outside of our CBS Broadcast Center. Yeah, we've got some light accumulation on the windshields and on the roofs. Notice the sidewalks are still pretty clean here out in front of our broadcast center. At present, we've got snow of the light variety in the city in Manhattan. 31 degrees right now. That means snow is certainly sticking. Winds are out of the northwest at 18, driving in colder air, which is helping this storm's cause to craft snowfall. As we look at our headlines, it's snow until roughly 1 a.m. Then it's all about the Arctic air invasion that's going to happen. We're not just talking about a couple of days. We are freezing in the freezer all the way until next weekend. That's where temperatures finally rise above the freezing mark. Tonight, they'll continue to drop. As we look at the storm system, the satellite and radar picture right now, what you'll notice is most are experiencing snow. We're still holding on to rain for the east end. There is a little bit of a lull now moving through portions of Brooklyn, Queens, and as we look toward northern Nassau County, you're also experiencing a little bit of a lull, but this is very brief, and the snow is already beginning to fill back in across Staten Island and Manhattan, and we're also impressed, shall I say, by this band here, which will be tracking in the northeasterly direction and likely bring us some of those tallies that we're looking toward, the 3 to 6 inch totals in and around the city with bigger numbers north and west. Now, this is a pretty big storm system, not the biggest blockbuster we've ever seen, but Washington got about an inch of snow earlier. Now we can see the tail end of this system is really making its way into Delaware, but it extends its impacts all the way up into New England. So many under winter storm warnings right now, winter storm advisories as well, and that is the case for us here at home. The biggest impacts from the storm will be just north and west of the city. Here's a look at the timeline now until 9 a.m. This is the brunt of the storm. It's moderate, steady snow for the most part. Some heavier bands are possible, and of course, as we just looked at, there are some lulls possible as well. From 9 o'clock until 1 a.m., the storm starts to break up, essentially from southwest to northeast, and it will be heading on out of here. Long Island will see its last flakes close to that 1 a.m. hour, and as of 1 a.m. on, the cleanup will continue, and challenging travel should be anticipated, especially north and west of the city. You saw those roads, they're snow covered, and we still have a few more hours to go of the steady stuff. Another look at those totals for you, again, in the blue, much of the lower Hudson, northwestern Jersey, 6 to 10, maybe a little bit more at our higher elevations. The city, much of the island, Middlesex, Monmouth, you're in the 3 to 6. And just for our viewers in Ocean County and for the Twin Forks, 1 to 3 inches total. Now, beyond this storm, we talked about the Arctic air invasion. Because of it, Tuesday and Wednesday are first alert weather days, just as we're in right now. It is going to be dangerously cold for some. Highs will only be in the teens, and sub-zero wind chills should be expected Tuesday morning and possibly Wednesday morning as well. Here's a look at that Arctic air right now over the northern tier, moving into the Midwest. You can see the actual temperature. International Falls right now 16 below, Sioux Falls at 6, Chicago at 7. Expect beyond this storm for that cold air to barrel on in. In fact, Tuesday morning, we're forecasting a low of 9 degrees. This will be our first time below 10 degrees since February of 2023, when it was just 3 degrees. But of course, 9 is not the whole story. There is a significant wind chill to discuss. Now I want to show you what you can expect it to feel like out there as we move through the next couple of days. Tomorrow morning, real feel in the city is 10. Very similar across the island, downshore, but notice it will be substantially colder. Monticello, potential wind chill sub-zero tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, most of us experience wind chills in the teens, but a couple of single digits west and northwest of the city can be anticipated. Winds tomorrow will be out of the west at 10 to 20. Now I take you to Tuesday morning. Again, that Arctic air is in place. We are feeling the bone-chilling cold. Real feels are sub-zero for essentially the entire viewing area. Feels like -2 in the city. Could feel as cold as 16 below in Monticello, 5 below in Poughkeepsie, Toms River, 1 below. As we move into Tuesday afternoon, we struggle to get out of wind chills in the single digits for most of us. It could stay sub-zero all day long for areas well northwest of the city. So this is our future. Our present is snow. Again, the first alert weather day through roughly 1 a.m. and we're going to see those final tallies on all the snow tomorrow. 25 degrees, feels more like the teens. It's a mix of sun and clouds for your Monday with a very slim chance of some passing snow showers late tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, it's all about the Arctic air in place. Their first alert weather days. It's frigid. At times, it can be dangerous for some. Please be mindful of the bone-chilling cold. And then after that, it is a steady warm-up, but not a significant warm-up. Temperature stays at freezing or below through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we finally warm above the freezing mark. So tonight, it's all about the roads with the temperatures dipping. Anything left on those roads is going to become very icy.
Right.
And then, of course, as we move into this deep freeze, we're worried about freezing pipes and freezing water mains. And so there's just many challenges that will arrive over the next several days.
Got to keep an eye on little kids and elderly and pets.
Yes.
Single digit lows. I mean, that's not a joke.
No. And so neighbors that don't have heat.
Absolutely.
Check on them.
All right. Thank you, Vanessa.